Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to paint an eagle.
Okay, for today's eagle drawing, we're going to keep it really simple. We just have two pieces of paper, one for each of us, and we've tipped them horizontally because the eagle's head is going to be kind of going sideways. And each of us has a pencil and a Sharpie, and we have a few markers and a couple colored pencils in the colors we need, and an eraser just in case, because of course mistakes happen. So, are you ready to paint or ready to draw this eagle head?
Yes.
Okay. We have a computer in front of us with a picture of an eagle. It's got its mouth wide open, and it's just a profile view, a side angle of the eagle's head. And so we're going to start with the beak. So pick up your pencil. Let's get started. For the beak, we're going to find a spot on the left side about halfway down in the middle of our page. And we're just going to draw a little dot there first, because that's going to be the tip of the beak. Good. And then from there, we're going to draw a half circle curving up in the shape of a hook. This is going to be the very top of the yellow beak. So there's the beak. And then from there, we're going to draw a long slope that's going to go all the way to the side of the paper. You can imagine it's like a hill that you can ride your bike up pretty easily.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's our little hill.
That's pretty fun.
And then it comes down as you come to the side of the paper. Nice job. Okay, let's do the inside of the mouth. So we're going to make a sharp hook shape, a sharp point on the tip of that beak by just coming up in the shape of an upside down triangle, like an icicle. And then from there, we're going to pull this line back towards the head and stop a little bit past our dip in the head, okay? Then we make the inside of the mouth. For this, it's like a sideways triangle or two legs coming down almost. This is the top one, this is the bottom. And we're gonna bring the mouth down. Do you see how I'm creating this triangle shape? And the beak stops. I went a little too far, actually. It should come down about halfway in the middle of the mouth here. Okay, try making the bottom of the beak. And you can look at our picture too. Wow, okay, so take a look again. Do you see how long that is? Compared to the top part, it should be a little smaller, not quite that long. So I'm thinking maybe we only come about to here. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can use the big eraser. That's probably easier. Okay, now to make the beak a little fatter, we just kind of make it fat. We follow along the same line that we drew first and fatten up that beak.
Kind of like a skinny hot dog.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Yeah. Now we're going to make a skinny little line that outlines the mouth. You kind of start in the middle of the bottom beak, and we're going to just outline the shape of that beak. It's almost like yellow lips on the eagle. You could think of it that way, and it comes halfway across.
It's pretty.
Stop there.
It's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm. If an eagle had lips, they'd be yellow. And then you just connect it to the top like that. Good. Okay, I am going to draw the nostril. For the nostril, it's just a little angled line inside of the beak, right at the top, somewhere around here. And then I am actually going to make a correction in mine. I like how fat your beak is. I'm going to make mine a little bit fatter on the top. Like that. I think that's better. If you're not happy with it, that's what an eraser is for. It can fix your mistakes.
Yeah, trying to copy a line.
Good. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is finish the bottom of the head. And so we're going to start about halfway in the middle of our beak. Can you find a point that's about halfway in the middle? Good. And we're going to just make these curved pointing shapes coming all the way back. And it's making the outline of our bald eagle's head. Good points. So those are the white feathers of the bald eagle's head. Nice. And then right about here, kind of halfway in the middle of the head, we're just going to draw the brown body coming down.
That's pretty funny as I thought. Like an
Okay, what's the last thing we need to do?
Add the eye.
The eye. So right above the corner of the mouth, right here where that point is, that's, if we just kind of bring our pencil up a little bit, that's where we're going to put the bottom of the circle for the eye. So all you need to do is just draw a circle. And you can make it a little darker around the outside of it.
Yeah, by trying to copy the circle.
Now, right now he looks like a very surprised eagle. So eagles have almost an angry look in their face, don't they? And it's because they have this, what looks like an eyebrow above their eye.
Yeah.
So right in front of the eye, as we come towards the beak, we're going to draw this eyebrow. And suddenly he looks much more serious, doesn't he? That is a serious eagle. And in the inside of that eye is a black pupil. It's just another small black circle right in the inside. And if you really want the eye to look shiny, you can make it a little bigger. Good. And if you want the eye to look shiny, you can add a highlight. So I'm going to draw a tiny little circle above the black spot, and we're going to leave that white when we go back in and color.
Yeah.
All right, then one last thing we can do is we can just add little feather details on the edge of the head, not all the way up here, but just a few light pencil sketches that are almost these triangle shapes, and those are just the feathers. Okay, that's probably enough. You ready to color?
Yes.
Let's take our Sharpie first. So when you use your Sharpie to outline, the nice thing about Sharpie is that it doesn't smudge after it's dry, and you can go over it with either watercolor or marker in this case, and it's not going to mess up. You can also use this opportunity to fix any lines you maybe didn't like, but are you pretty happy with your outline?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. So yeah, let's go over it with Sharpie and outline our eagle.
And my school is like an eagle.
That's right. So Ansley's mascot at her school is an eagle. Does he have a name?
The eagle stuffy in our classroom is named, a boy named him Snowy because his head was white.
Oh, his name's Snowy because his head is white. That's so cool. So the only thing I would not outline, Ansley, is maybe this part inside of the head, because if you see in the picture, it's not dark at all. It just blends very lightly. So don't do a dark outline right here in the head. You know what color we forgot? For the body of the eagle. What color is the eagle's body?
Brown.
You want to run and get some brown really quick?
That's the perfect.
Okay, we've added brown to our collection here. Thank you, Ansley. Okay, so finish outlining your eye maybe, and then we can start coloring. Okay, very good. So what color do you want to start with?
I think like a blue.
What are you going to use blue for?
The sky.
The sky. Okay, Ansley's going to start coloring her sky first. Just slide this over a little. And I'm going to start with the yellow beak. So we're each grabbing either markers or colored pencils. Now, even with markers, you can actually mix the colors a little bit. So what I did is I started with this dark orange and I went over it with this highlighter yellow, and they actually mix nicely together. That's something you can try in the beak once you get there. Of course, you can color your eagle any way you want. And I'm using a few colored pencils to do a gray shadow under that eyebrow.
Yeah.
Just for a more realistic look. So I'm using the gray colored pencil to do some shadow in the feathers. And Ansley's currently painting a nice green suggestion of outside.
Yeah, grass. Grass and sky I'm doing.
Lovely. Of course, you can paint these with watercolor if you want. You can use crayons, just whatever you have at home.
And even colored pencil.
Colored pencils were the first art tool I ever had. So I have a deep and lasting fondness for colored pencil. Perfect yellow beak. That looks really nice. I'm gonna have to catch up and start doing a blue sky like yours.
Markers that are like Sharpie are kind of hard to erase.
Yeah, you can't erase Sharpie. That's why you have to be extra careful when you're using them. Nice, you just need to keep coloring the brown body. I'm just suggesting some trees down here. It's looking good, kiddo.
Yeah, yours looks like it's up in the sky.
All right, so why don't you add some feather details?
Yeah, shadow. I'm not gonna make mine rainbow.
While she's finishing up, I want to show you, we did do a couple of practice runs. Took us a couple tries just to figure out what we were going to do. So just know that it might take you a couple tries to get it right.
Yeah, it takes a lot of practice to do an eagle. That's really hard.
Drawing takes practice for sure. Now look at the direction that the feathers are going. They're kind of going towards the right, aren't they? And sloping down. So try to match that shape with your pencil marking. So going down to the right is sort of how you want to shape your feathers. That can be tricky. You have to observe the direction that it's going in nature and try to copy it with how your pencil goes. What color is the eye? Do you see any yellow around the eye?
Yeah, I'm gonna add some. Oh.
Now, when I colored the inside of mine, I did a little bit of gray pencil in the shadow on the left side, and then just a tiny little bit of green, but I didn't color very dark because it's almost white in the picture of the inside of the eye. You just see little hints of green and yellow, but not dark at all.
Yeah, a little bit of a mix of gray and green.
Here, try some gray inside of the eye. So look at where I put the gray. I put it inside of the eye and on the left side so that our highlight on the left side is over here. Other side. So darken that up just a little bit. That already looks more realistic. Yeah. Are you happy with it?
Yep.
Looks great. Should we sign our names?
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
Good. I'm going to pull this a little closer so we can see our two eagles side by side. Good job. Give me 5. Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button and hit subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.